Wallish in the booth. Steady rain coming down, gray skies, but that is not going to stop this field of 8 putting it down here in Slopestyle, Tom.
Definitely not a lot to talk about. The rain is softening things up, so the landings are going to be softer. We're going to see some crazy tricks. We've got Colby Stevenson, who won 2 golds in X Games Aspen, as well Øystein Bråten, the Norwegian, and Alex Hall, another American to watch out for. So a lot of talent in this finals field. Take a look at Colby. There's Alex Hall, who won Slopestyle in Aspen in 2019. So looking to get back on the top of the podium in Slopestyle, as well as Birk Ruud. So he's always one to watch out for. More of a big air skier. Can he keep up on the rails? This is a rail heavy course here. Let's see if he can keep up with these other athletes.
Yeah, trip down memory lane. Who could forget that? Øystein Bråten taking the top spot over Nick Gepper in 2017. And then Colby Stevenson just a few weeks ago in his very first X Games winning gold.
Yeah, absolutely slayed it that day. Very good with the new format. We have a new jam format that Colby excelled at, landing all 4 of his runs there in Aspen. So much variety. That's what we're gonna see again today. Take a look at the course. Some really unique jump options. We also have some crazy rail setups, big closeouts, and here's that format we're talking about. 8 athletes, 32-minute jam, and they're just getting ranked. So you're not gonna see scores. We're not going to be waiting on scores at the bottom. Instead, we're getting right to action, keeping them going, and then they'll continue to get ranked and updated as they land runs.
So a look at our field of 8, you know them. These are household names, and they are expected to throw down here today. Of course, it will get a little bit louder here at Hopfjell when one of our 2 Norwegian skiers, Birk Ruud and Øystein Bråten, drop in. But we kick things off with Jesper Tjäder.
Jesper getting the late add due to a drop from Henrik Harlow, who's sort of nursing some ailments, not feeling quite up to it. So Jesper, his Swedish teammate, getting the start today, who I'm really excited to see this guy. He's super creative, very technical on the rail, so I think this could be a great course for him, actually, getting in as the alternate, but able to excel. Taking the elbow rail there, so smooth K-fed along that one. Really good looking so far. Oh, huge.
Whoa.
Off of that super tall rail to that smaller transition. That is a massive drop, almost a flat.
This is our 4th slopestyle discipline being contested here at X Games Norway. That's the first time we've seen anyone do anything like that.
Jesper with the double off of that quarter pipe feature into the big double at the end. So, I mean, a huge start for this event, and I think if that's a sign of anything to come, we're in for a treat today. Look at that landing. Here's that bottom hit, getting the double grab on that 12. So perfect landing, a little bit of bobble on that quarter pipe landing.
You know what I love about Jesper, as you said, an alternate. He's in because Henrik Harlow electing not to compete here today. So he just heard his number called earlier today. Also put down perhaps one of, if not the trick of the weekend last night in Knucklehuck.
Most definitely. If you have not seen this, you need to go to the X Games Instagram page and watch Jesper do a switch double backflip off of the knuckle. It was insane.
Antoine Adelisse, a gold in big air yesterday. Can he double podium here at X Games Norway?
Absolutely dominating in big air, walking away with gold. 4 different jumps landed on that one, and off to a great start here in the rail section. 270 pretzel, 270 out. I love to see that one spinning the opposite direction off the rail as he did on. There's the double cork 1260, absolutely whipping that to get it back to his feet. Switch, double, 1440. Oh, unfortunately can't hold on to that final hit. Going huge on the switch 1440.
So you watch a replay of Antoine. One thing is clear now in his 4th X Games appearance, earning his first medal of his X Games career last night in big air gold. He is a fierce competitor, Tom.
Yeah, very fierce. He takes it seriously. He's here to win, and just going down on that first one, if anything, that's going to ignite the fire for run number 2.
So here's Birk Ruud, who's got 4 X Games medals, but they all come courtesy of big air, including a silver he earned last night.
Birk choosing an interesting line here. So coming onto those first two rails from the side, sort of the quarter pipe, and there's the misty flip out of that rail. So creative use of the rail section so far. Switch 270, and then into the forward 270, so spinning multiple different directions there on the rails. Going right side 1260, very clean on the first jump with the tail grab. Bottom jump, massive switch, 1440 to the moon. I don't know how he held on to that.
I was just gonna say, how did he stay upright? Love that misty flip.
Yeah, totally inverted off of that rail, up and over to the landing. Here's the right side 1260 as we slow it down. Gets the tail grab clean on that landing, wrapping up. Here's the 1440 at the end, so gets the mute grab, has to open up, absolutely rolling down the windows, but still sticking that landing.
So we move on. Out of Torpo, Norway, Øystein Bråten. 2 golds in this event. This is his 10th X Games appearance.
Nice pretzel on that first rail. There's a little backside 270 out. So definitely a guy known for his prowess on the rails. Learned a lot of these tricks in Andreas Hotveit's backyard. Another famous X Games Norwegian who he's tied with right now with 6 medals in their X Games careers.
Yeah, Johan Achille by actually passing that record, earning a 7th X Games medal for the Norwegians as she did last night in big air.
Into the bottom jump. Switch, double corks, mirroring those rotations. Love to see that. That was a staple of my competition runs when I was competing. So getting the Japan grab on that last one, very cool. There's the elusive, the front switch up, and then a K-fed back the other way. Here's the first of 2 double cork 1080s. There's the second with the double Japan grab, so getting both hands on that ski and very, very clean on that landing.
It's his homage to you, Tom.
I like to think so, at least. I would like to think all these guys are out there thinking about me.
Oh, a contest that you had so much success in. It's so great to have you in the booth here calling it now. But Andri Ragettli, 21 years old, as you see, a bronze medal in this event a couple of winters ago.
So Andri is primarily known for his prowess on the jump section. One of only a few skiers in the entire world to ever land a quadruple cork. Go look that one up. And here he is. This is a rail heavy course that he's putting some tricks down. So not always known for the rail prowess, but he's laying some heat down today. 450, 270 out. Good through the rails into the jumps. This is where he excels. Big right side 1260. Safety grab on that one into the bottom air. Going switch, double misty 1440. I mean, it's just what we've come to expect from him. I saw him do about 5 of those in practice, just on repetition. He is a machine.
He's just so clinical in the air, and you know, welcome to Stompsville. I mean, who lands that clean?
That is Andri for you. So technical through the rails, so great to see him get through that. And here, the huge switch double 1440 at the bottom. That is what he's known for, those big tricks, and then just riding away from absolutely everything. And that puts him up top. So that leaderboard is populating, and as we continue to run through this jam session, after run, it'll update. If it doesn't change, then that athlete didn't move up.
Right.
You're not moving down. You only have the ability to do a harder trick or a harder run and then move up in the leaderboard.
A gold medal last year at X Games Aspen in slopestyle, certainly a gold medal in big air late last year here at X Games Norway, and a gold medal in knuckle huck here at X Games Norway last night.
And we can't talk about that enough. The knuckle huck event last night was so fun to watch. This guy absolutely dominating with a switch 1440 butter tap off the knuckle. Hard to even describe. There's the switch right side 1080, so a little shaky through the rails, but really tightening it up here on the bottom airs. Switch 1440, looking for his signature Buick grab. We'll have to take another look to see if he got that grab there. There's the switch on, frontside 4 out with the tail tap. So something to watch for with Alex's skiing. He's always doing a unique tap or very quick-footed. His rail tricks are super unique, and he's usually only one of a few guys doing certain tricks out there, something like that. Here's that Buick grab, so reaching over the body and just unfortunately missing the grab on that one. So a lot of runs left. That was a solid run, but with some miscues, it's not gonna get you on the top or up on the podium, I don't think.
So Andri Ragettli leading this thing early, and you called it. Alex Hall just outside of that podium position here in run 1. Fabian Bösch, 3 X Games medals, a bronze in slopestyle. He has earned, this is his 7th X Games appearance.
So did great in Aspen, was really doing well with the jam format. He was able to lay down a bunch of different varieties of tricks. He's got so many jump tricks that, oh, another misty flip out of that rail, going with the 630. There's the clean K-fed and a right side 270 pretzel. So some good variation there from Fabian across the rails. Big double cork 1080 to the right, looking to mirror this one with a left side spin. Going left, triple 1620, our first triple cork of the day. Ooh, that one was humongous, hit out of the park. Triple 1620, there's the misty flip out of that rail. Here's the right side, so right side 1080, a little bit more basic for some of these guys, but then he ups the ante on the final jump, going triple cork 1620, holds that safety grab and putting the landing gear down from 30,000 feet.
And he puts this big air prowess on display there in the jump section as he jumps all the way up into second place. But now dropping in, our X Games Aspen slopestyle gold medalist, Colby Stevenson.
Following up that X Games gold medal, he was on fire at the following events, continued to dominate on the World Cup circuit. I mean, this guy is just always a threat in slopestyle, off to a great start. Double switch up 270 out. These rail tricks are so technical. The 50-50 on the first rail. Oh, I spoke too soon. Coming off that down rail, just a shade early, but still gonna send it on the jumps for us. Switch 1440 on that first jump, really going for it. Will he back it up? Switch right side 1260, so huge rotations on the jump there for Colby.
There are no throwaways here at X Games, not anymore. No best run counts. So Colby Stevenson, even after a slight bobble, that does not shake him as he still stands and delivers there in the jump section, Tom.
Yeah, going for it in the jumps. He came off that last final rail feature a bit early and then just sent it through the jumps with a left 1440 and a right 1260, just backing it up.
Under 20 minutes to ski with, 21 minutes, I should say, as we begin run number 2, Jesper Tjäder, who's sitting in 3rd place.
450, 270 out, so big spin right off the bat. There's a backflip for the crowd. Oh, Jesper going for the elbow rail, so attempting to slide that full sort of spider rail, as we've been calling it, from one side to the other. There's another flip. How many flips is he gonna fit into this run?
Tom, I gotta ask, with the rain, how much does that affect the rails in a contest like this?
So the rain shouldn't really be a factor on the rails. Usually the rain, if anything, will just keep the rails slick. If it's a little warm, it'll kind of sticken them up a little bit, but it's just affecting the visibility, if anything. The rain getting on your goggles, you gotta clear those lenses to be able to see what you're doing. Here's that first 450, so really technical up top, and then going for an absolutely crazy trick on that spider rail. If he were to grind this whole thing, it's, you know, I don't know, 50 feet of rail that he's kind of elbowing through. Here's another flip. And then he's got the hand drag as well, using that knuckle huck action, coming in second place in that event last night. But
he just
really
rides at a different volume. It's so unique when he's on the course.
So much fun to watch. He's always doing something different and always flipping or spinning or doing something like crazy that's just blowing your mind.
Here's Antoine Adelisse sitting in 8th place for his second run.
Oh, going for the 450 as well, looking to back up Jesper, what he just did. Antoine, nice K-Fed on there. So yeah, coming off that big air victory, definitely feeling confident. Oh, the hand plant up on the Monster Energy rail there. Very creative use of that quarter pipe, coming back into that down rail. Really like that rail line. Only guy we see doing that. Left side, 1080. Oh, going right side, triple cork. Oh, just having trouble on that final jump where he had so much success the other night, hardly fell on anything,
right,
and now having crashes the whole day on that one.
A gold medal in big air, trying to get some more hardware here in ski slope style.
Double cork to the left and then upping it with the triple cork to the right where he just can't hold on to that landing. And the rain, the one thing it does do is soften this course up, where it was a little icy the other day while they were practicing because it was cold. The rain came out and now it's turned to slush. So that slushy snow is a little bit easier for them to stop, a little bit easier if you fall on your side. So we're seeing some crazier runs than we would have seen elsewise.
So here's Birk Ruud sitting in 7th place.
Another misty flip out, but doing the opposite direction. Oh,
whoa.
Birk with an extremely technical rail run. Switch 4 into the 360 switch up. 1440 on that first jump, so huge rotation so far for Birk. Right side double bio, 1440. That was a big run for Norwegian Birk Ruud.
The Oslo native putting on a show here at Hafjell.
Look at this combination. Switch 450, and then this 360 switch up. The technicality on those two rail tricks is through the roof. See, gets the tail grab there. Judges want to see you grabbing those skis as long as possible. So here's the 1440 on the final jump, holding the safety grab. So left and right side, two different styles of rotation. One diving forward, one corked, and yeah, to the top.
Hello, first place, Birk Ruud taking over the top spot. So Øystein Bråten now sitting in 5th place.
Getting the pretzel on that first rail, now going out to the other side. So very cool here with that line selection, double switch up. Switch 270 coming off maybe a shade early there. And there's the big spin on the down rail. So getting through those rails and onto the jumps. Right side, 900. Now where we're seeing some of the other guys doing double corks and 1440s there, he's opting to go for the more stylish grab, a little more small rotation, but just keeping it super clean. And just when he was doing a small, I thought he was gonna do small rotations. He came in with a 1440 at the end to prove me wrong. There's that double switch up, and here's that final trick. The switch 1440, look at that tail grab, holding it the whole rotation, gets that landing clean. That was a great run by Øystein, who's sitting in 5th. I gotta imagine that bumps him up.
We shall see if the judges agree, but it's Birk Ruud still leading this thing, who took first place away from Andri Ragettli, who drops in now.
Off to a good start again. He had that incredible first run. There, bringing the misty flip out as well, keeping up with those other athletes doing that. Switch 450, similar to what we saw to Birk. Into the forward 450, pretzel 270. So another amazing combination on that 2-hit rail line. There's the switch double missy to the right. So this is another heater of a run for Andri. Double 16-20 with authority. Wow.
Come on.
Making it look too easy. That whole combination there, the 450s back to back, the switch 12, and then into this huge 16-20, gets the tail grab, coming around, opens up, puts the landing gear down, and wow.
Does he take first place back from Birk Ruud?
It's got to take first place. That's two really incredible runs, different variety. I mean, those were two amazing runs. It's going to take a lot to take over that top spot from him at this point.
Judges agreeing. Ragettli back on top. So here's Alex Hall sitting in 6th place.
Let's see what we can see. These rails, he's known for his creativity, totally capable of doing all types of skiing, from backcountry to urban to sort of new wave park skiing, a little bit of everything. He's just so creative, and already the big spins on the rail section. There's the tap we were talking about. So only guy doing that, tapping the tails of his skis. A nice pretzel. That rail section was grade A gold into the jumps. Oh, the 12 going off the noses there on that one. And here, switch right side. Switch double 1080 to the right. Very clean run there for Alex.
So certainly better than what we saw out of him in run number 1. It will be interesting to see the way the judges score this.
I like that. The big 450, there's a nose tap 540. Here, watch, noses tap the ground. So going nose tap, using that knuckle huck skill that he learned in the event last night, obviously walking away with gold, and then integrating the knuckle huck variety into the slopestyle. I mean, that was a great run.
And it jumps him up into podium position. Alex Hall taking over 3rd place.
And having sort of a bad run on that first run with that total miss grab on the 14. So that's what had him sitting so far back. If he's able to put down another solid run, he could easily move up. I mean, that run was good. He's in prime spot to move up the leaderboard more as this event continues.
Fabian Bösch sitting in 4th.
Oh, going for the 540 over that feature. I think looking for the nose tap. I didn't quite hear the sound, but there's the switch 4. Oh, there's a pretzel. We've seen a lot of pretzels today. That's when these guys are spinning onto the rail one direction and off in the opposite direction. Using the quarter pipe feature, so one of the only athletes we see doing that with the big double cork, and then going triple to the right on that final jump. Huge. So right side triple, let's see. Hard to tell. It looks like he gets the noses going over that. So it's a creative trick, but obviously not using the rail the normal way. It's a little bit easier when you're doing jumps over rails. It doesn't have as much balance involved. So it's creative, but maybe a little bit easier. And there looks like a bit of a boot grab, but still, only guy doing those triple corks in both directions. So much air awareness.
And Bösch jumps all the way up into 2nd place after that run. So our defending gold medalist from X Games, Aspen, drops in for his 2nd attempt as he's sitting in 7th place. Outside of a slight miscue on the final rail on his last run, everything seemed good. Can he clean it up here on his 2nd attempt?
I hope so. I mean, this guy knows what to do. He had no bobbles at X Games Aspen, so coming from behind is a little different than the way he won there, but still, always one to watch out for. Nose butter, 630. One of the craziest rail tricks we've seen done on that down rail today. There's the right side double cork 1080. Into the bottom hit, going left. 1440 with the Cuban, so big full run there for Colby. Couple little bobbles up top where I think he might have came off the rail a little early on that nose butter 6, but I mean, still the hardest rail trick, doing that huge rotation onto the rail. And here's the bottom hit, reaching back for the Cuban, comes around, stomps the landing. I mean, this is a Everybody's really laying them down today. This is a tough one.
So we're 2 runs in here in the men's ski slopestyle final. Andri Ragettli leading this thing. More from Hafjell after this. Welcome back to X Games Norway. We are halfway through our men's ski slopestyle final here at the beautiful Hafjell Resort. There you see Colby Stevenson. We've seen a lot of this slopestyle course. Let's look at this course through his eyes here in Colby's course preview.
What's up everyone, Colby Stevenson here. We're out here at X Games Norway. I'm gonna do a little course preview for you guys. Starting this course off, we got a nice down tube in the middle. Has transitions coming up from the front and both sides. It's the third feature. It's one of the most unique rails I've ever seen. We're gonna name it the Spider. Okay, so down here, we've got a few rail options, and then we've got this insane rail, one of the craziest ones I've seen in a slopestyle competition. Down here on the first jump, kind of a Kimbo Sessions inspired feature with 2 lips on either side and one in the middle with a roller option. All right, now we're down to the last feature in the course. It's the Money Booter. We're gonna do the jam style format, just like Aspen. I can't wait to get out there with everyone and throw down a bunch of different tricks, see what we can do.
Nice little course breakdown there, all shot on an iPhone. Let's take a look at our top 3 thus far, halfway through the final top.
Yeah, Birk Ruud laying it down for the home crowd. Fabian Bösch really mirroring the tricks there with 2 triple corks, but Andri Ragettli from Switzerland has been dominating so far, but a lot of landed runs, so the door is essentially still wide open for anybody in that final to make a big jump up. We got a couple more runs to go, and there's been some good, well-landed runs, but still, a lot of action left in this event.
Yeah, every skier bringing something a little different to the table as we begin run 3 here in the men's ski slopestyle final. Now, Jesper Tjäder just does things differently on this course.
He sees the course in a different way than everybody else. Look at that, a backflip off of that side hit. He's going for this amazing transfer on the elbow. Oh! The longest rail slide of the event, grinding through that entire spider rail. Absolutely dominating it. There's another flip. So the combinations are endless when you see a rail section the way Jesper sees it.
We've said it all day, tech over everything. That's Jesper Tjäder.
There's the double cork 1260, so spinning to the right here into the final Money Booter. Switch left, pretzel, wow. So doing a switch left side double, looks to go to 9, and then pretzeling, contorting his body in the air. Here's that big rail slide at the top though. Look at that,
He touches on every spider leg.
Those are almost 90-degree angles, so being able to grind through, up, and over that spider takes so much balance, so much precision. There's the 12, and here on the bottom, the amazing pretzel back to switch. Very creative run, by far the most creative we've seen all day.
I wasn't sure if we had seen the best of Jesper, but we just saw it there on that 3rd run. And Jesper Tjäder jumping all the way into 3rd place, and that is the format really working to perfection here, Tom Wallish. A full body of work, and Jesper has brought it on every single run.
Yep, definitely good to see. He's bumped up into that podium position as of now. That leaderboard will continue to update as these athletes continue to lay down runs.
So here's Antoine Adelisse, a big air gold medal yesterday, trying to put together his best run, looking for a full pool as he's in 8th place.
There's a hand plant up on that closeout feature, so only guy we see going for that, a very unique line as well. Into the jumps, he was dominating on this bottom big air last night, but hasn't been able to land any of his big tricks yet. Here's the triple cork, 1620, gets that one. So where we saw him fall in the first 2 runs on that final jump, here he goes massive, goes for the triple cork again, and sticks the landing. There's the 1080 to the left, so his unnatural direction. So spinning both ways, judges want to see you alternating those rotations, spinning forward and switch. There's the 16 triple cork, count them.
We're closing in on the 9-minute mark here in the final. We're in the midst of run number 3. We look to get a 4th run in here, we shall see, but Birk Ruud who was actually leading this contest after run 1, is now outside of the podium. That's how insane this contest has been.
Oh, little bit of a bobble going up from that quarter pipe takeoff onto that rail and just not quite able to get onto it. So normally this would be a throwaway.
Right.
In a normal slopestyle best of format, you would just give up, you'd ski through the course. Instead, this new jam format has him, he's still got the opportunity to lay something down in these jumps to impress the judges.
This is not your older brother's X Games. There are no throwaways.
Oh. Another hip check there, so into the final jump. Oh, just going for a bio 7. So he's got some heat already laid down, sitting in 4th. If he can put another really technical run together with some of the big air maneuvers we've seen him do, he's got 1800s, if you can believe it, and he can bring that out on the bottom jump in this 4th run, that could be, wow, something to watch out for.
Right. I say there are no throwaways. That was probably the throwaway for Birk Ruud, but he is sitting in 4th place, so there is still time for him to climb. Øystein Bråten sitting in 6th. What can he do here, Tom, to shake things up?
If anything, I think he just needs to go for broke. He needs to add a level of technicality that he's maybe been laying off of. He did a right side 900 earlier on the first jump, and I think judges might be looking for just a bit more. It was a little bit of a small rotation where some of the other guys are doing 12s and bigger spins. So let's see if he takes a cue from that and tries to up the ante. Oh, the 9, so sort of going rodeo, bio, side cork there on that 900. Oh, and just into a big switch 540 with the nose grab. So, you know, I don't think he's really got like the technicality on that first jump, and then didn't quite nail it the way he wanted. So kind of opting to do an easier jump trick on the final hit, maybe hoping for this final run to go all in. But yeah, just kind of taking it a little easy on the jumps.
So another steady run for Øystein Bråten, but will it be enough in the judges' eyes as we turn our attention now to our current leader, Andri Ragettli, who has been just the model of consistency here today, Tom.
Yeah, most definitely. He's been landing just about everything perfect. 2 full runs. Getting to the end of all of these rails, the judges want to see you grinding the rails completely, doing the technical maneuvers, as well as getting the grabs and sending it big on the jumps. And he's really done everything they've asked of him so far. There's another 450 on, so alternating up the rails a little bit, doing a 450 on that final rail still, and then going back to what we saw in run number 1, the right side 12 into a switch hit on this final jump. Going switch, double 1620. A huge spin there, so taking it from 1440, upping the ante on that final jump with a switch double 1620. Here's another look at it, the double Japan grab there on the 12, and then diving forward on this one. Gets the safety grab, wraps it to his back, and just going huge. Bottom line, I mean, you can't go much bigger than that without landing in the crowd.
That is wild, because it seemed like he had the formula, and to up the ante right there as a banger to end these things.
I mean,
I'm not saying he locked the door, but it is shut right now. Somebody's got to break through.
Yeah, that door is shutting quickly. If he continues to land every run, how do you compete with that?
Well, Alex Hall is known to have a banger run or two in his arsenal. He's certainly a guy who can push. He's sitting in 5th.
Yeah, he had a really good run on run number 2, kind of had some bobbles on run 1, so another super clean run, and he could easily break into that podium. There's a technical rail run with the switch 4 into the nose butter 4, heavy combination. Switch right side 1080, so saw that jump on the final hit, and then just getting into it here, going switch 1440, Alex Hall. Oh, and you can hear him yelling.
Alex getting noisy on this 3rd run.
Rightfully so. After the bobble on run 1, he comes back with 2 heaters of a run. Here the final hit, switch 1440, reaching over for the Buick grab, one of the hardest grabs in skiing, across the body for the opposite Japan, and then grabbing the tail as well. I mean, talk about flexibility.
Jumping him all the way up into silver medal position.
Wow, big jump and just laying that one down.
Under 5 minutes to ski with. 2 riders still have to drop in for their 3rd runs, which guarantees we will get a 4th run. More tricks, more skiing, we all win. Here's Fabian Bösch sitting in 3rd.
Going uphill on that one, carving into that first rail feature and then grinding the rail up the hill. Oh, another flip, switch on, sort of backflip rodeo out of that one. This is got some technicality in it. Oh, a little bobble there as he goes for the right side 270. It just comes off a hair early, but still going for it this run. Wants to show off to the judges. 12 on the first jump. Big switch, 1440. So we saw triple corks. Now we're seeing switch 1440s. His air awareness is so good. Him and Andri, both Swiss natives, I mean, are just so good in the air. It's just insane. Look at that. I mean, that flip, the rails in your way. You got to keep your feet straight. Here's the switch 1440, just one of many insane tricks that this guy can do on any jump you put in front of him.
These guys are making it increasingly difficult for our judges as they're coming out swinging each and every run, and it seems like these guys are heating up. Here's our defending gold medalist from X Games Aspen, Colby Stevenson. He's sitting in 8th place, Tom.
Oh, so a little bobble there. In the previous runs, he's doing a 180 on and sort of switch 50-50ing across that rail. It's more of a snowboard trick. It's very hard to keep your feet together and be able to grind that rail instead of rail slide, to doing it like a 50-50 without spreading your feet and splitting it, which no one obviously wants to do. Going for the quarter pipe, rodeo 9, so really creative option there. Only a couple of the men are going for that quarter pipe takeoff. There's a big switch 1080, so the bobble up top. The runs are never a throwaway, but until he gets a full pull, a full run that has a little bit of everything, it's gonna be really hard to move up that leaderboard.
It's so tough because you've talked about it. It's on top of the gold medals, 2 of them at X Games Aspen. It's really been a dream contest season so far for Colby. So this one being that last major event, you expect him to put that exclamation point on it, and he hasn't seemed to do it here today. And we're 3 runs in as we've reached the 2-minute warning. It's time for 4th and final runs.
As the time runs out, all of these athletes are still gonna get a 4th and final run, so we'll get to see this guy, the most creative guy on course, Jesper Tjäder. He did those flips in that 3rd run, did this full rail, so much variety. It's what we love to watch.
Jesper also has a real ski part dropping on Monday the 16th, where I believe you are a judge.
I was, and wait till you see that video. He is one of the most talented rail skiers in the world, so putting together an all-urban part, take a look at those when they come out. There's the switch, double cork 9 to the left, so a couple bobbles up top, but here in the rails going 16-20. Oh. Jesper's currently sitting in 4th, and those few bobbles on that run are not going to be enough to bump him up into the podium. But man, one of the most fun athletes to watch out on course today. I mean, just very smooth. There's the switch, double cork 9, and just a little bobble on that final 16 is gonna keep him where he is.
Jesper was so impressive last night in Knuckle Huck and couldn't pull off the win. And again, riding so well here today and just knocking on that podium's door, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Antoine Adelisse, our gold medalist in ski big air yesterday, he sits in 7th place.
very dominant on that final jump. He had some trouble in the first 2 runs, but was able to put down that triple cork 16 in run number 3, but perhaps a little hand drag on the bottom, and just gonna need something a little bit more if he wants to up the ante and get up on that podium, currently sitting in 7th. Through the rails, here's the double cork 12, really tweaking that mute grab, spinning to the left, grabbing the nose. Will we see the pre-nose triple cork? Yes! Oh! His signature move, grabbing the nose, doing a triple cork. I don't know how he sets that rotation while holding on to the tip of his ski.
A trick that he's done so well in big air, to attempt to pull that off on your final run in slopestyle. That's extraordinary.
Wow, grabbing the ski, has to open up and then just, oh, kind of a high impact and has to take that one to the shoulder, trying to save the hands there, so that's not gonna be enough.
Back up to the top, Birk Ruud, who has skied well so far today. He's sitting in 5th place. Had a tough go on run number 3. Can he clean things up and save his best for last? No.
And although this format allows for no throwaway runs, if you're on the outside looking in, you're gonna need to do a full run to make a big improvement. All that the extra hits do, if you fall on a run but add some jump tricks or some rail tricks, that's really just bonus points that can help you score better down the run. You still need a full slope style run. So without a full run here at the end, he's gonna stick in 5th. And yeah, I think the door is closing, sort of, but there's still some opportunities for some of these final athletes to try and catch Andri, who's just been dominating today.
Right, again, to your point, you can't have a bobble, you can't have a screw up, you can't have a quote unquote throwaway run, but there are no free passes being given out today when you look at the level of riding, particularly from our top 3 right now, Ragettli, Hall, and Bösch.
And here, while we were talking, Birk goes crazy doing a switch 16-20, didn't even catch that, spinning like a top and just going for it anyway for the home crowd.
So we turn our attention to another Norwegian, Øystein Bråten, who's in 6th place.
So we saw him take it a little bit easy in that 3rd run. Kind of must have had a bobble and didn't want to go for it on the jump. So let's see if he can up the ante a little in this final run. Switch up 270 out there on the spider rail. Clean on the switch 270. So cleaning this all up from that 3rd run. Here we go, switch, right side double cork. So a big double cork maneuver where we just saw the 900 in the previous runs. And there's the switch, 1440 again, very clean, getting the opposite tail grab. Wow, so really good full run, but it's similar tricks to what we saw in one of his other runs, but it is a full pull. So that's gonna be tough. I'm not sure if he did quite enough in terms of technicality or not to get onto that podium. It's gonna be close. There's the switch, right side double cork. So a really technical run, but some of these guys, Fabian and Alex, have had a few really technical runs. So I just don't know if kind of doing another one of those is gonna be enough.
And it doesn't seem to look that way from the judges' perspective. So here is our current leader, Andri Ragettli.
A new rail line for him, opting to spin up onto that rail. There's the K-Fed along the spider rail and sitting comfortably in the 1st place position. He's hardly had as much as a bobble here today throughout the entire day of skiing. Switch 450 there, so changing that up from the forward rotation we saw on that rail earlier. Oh, that was a huge switch 1260. Forward, going triple cork 1620.
Wow.
I mean, the door is locked, sealed, don't even drop. Andri Ragettli absolutely slaughtered it today.
The dream day for Andri Ragettli continues. I don't know how. Just when you think he's on the summit, he somehow has more mountain to climb. Every run better than the previous one, Tom.
Insane, insanity. Look at that landing. They didn't paint a line where he landed. That's how far he went. And here he said, Fabian, you got a triple, so do I. 16-20, gets the safety grab and has not so much as fallen over today. 4 runs, 4 huge score. I mean, sitting comfortably. I mean, how are you gonna top that?
Fabian Bösch is obviously going to look to get to him. So is Alex Hall. So let's find out what these guys can do, because they can chase him as they're yet to drop in. Here's Alex Hall's final run.
Smooth with a little switch butter up onto that first rail, so adding some creativity. There's the front side switch up. Oh, going for the Tokyo drift, so sliding up the front of both of those rails. Wow, very cool. We call it a Tokyo drift when you throw your skis sideways and sort of ramp up the front of that rail. So very unique, doing it 2 in a row. Here he is on the jumps, going 16-20 on the final hit. Whoa, that was a big run for Alex Hall. That's definitely gonna challenge a little bit. I mean, here's the right side 1080, so a little bit more mellow compared to what Andri's doing with the switch right side 12. And then here he does a 16 of his own, getting the Buick grab, having to let go of that grab a little early in order to get that rotation around due to the amount of amplitude, but I don't know. I don't know if that's enough to overtake the consistent skiing of Andri today.
Alex Hall just continues to get better, much like Ragettli each single run, but it doesn't look like that will surpass Ragettli. So now here's Fabian Bösch, who's sitting in 3rd place. Colby Stevenson will still get a drop, but he's sitting in 8th. This could be the final true challenger to Andri Ragettli.
Oh, the hand drag 360 over that rail. 270 on.
Oh no!
Just landing on the corner of that rail landing where it kind of goes from a normal landing to a quarter pipe landing and then splitting it. I mean, I think that if Colby can come through with the best run we've ever seen, he has a chance. Fabian with a fall there on the top is definitely, oh man, 16-20 just to show off. Switch, double bio, 1260 to the right. So you can see even when he falls on the rails, he's got more in the tank in terms of technicality on these jumps. This is a 16-20. Wrapping the 1080, then grabs for the final cork of that. Here's the switch double, misty, but Fabian with that bobble up top, I don't think that's gonna be enough to move up. He's gonna be in that 3rd place, sitting in podium contention with Colby left to drop, who has the capability. He's got the run. It's gonna have to be something far and above the best run of the day if he hopes to jump into that podium.
Well, you said it. He's our defending gold medalist from X Games Aspen. Ragettli just was a model of consistency, got better each and every single run. That's got him into gold medal position. We've seen it before in this format. It can be done. It just needs to be that innovative hammer, best run of the day, and he'll have to put it down right now.
Off to a good start so far. Technical on the rails. Oh, the backside switch up, pretzel 2 through that spider rail. Going for a combination here. Oh, grinding that tall closeout rail, and then there off a hair early on the down rail. Oh, what?
Oh.
Going for a knuckle huck trick, and with that fall, Andri Ragettli would appear to be walking away with the gold. We're waiting for the official results. Judges discussing it all now, but what a day for that man right there, Switzerland's Andri Ragettli.
So we take one more look at Colby's final run, but fast forward to Andri Ragettli, as you said, owner of 3 X Games medals, they're all bronze. Does that change here today in slopestyle as we fully anticipate a gold medal to be put around his neck? And it's official. Andri Ragettli earns his very first X Games gold. Alex Hall earns silver, and Fabian Bösch takes home the bronze.
Congratulations on your first gold medal. Now, it used to be you just had to land the best run of your life. Now you have to land 4 of the best runs of your life. How challenging is it to stay so consistent?
Yeah, first of all, I have been dreaming 12 years about this, and the day has finally come. Thank you so much for everyone supporting me. This means the world to me. And yeah, today was about consistency, and that's what I'm really good at, and glad to take the gold today, and everybody killed it. Thank you.
Well, congratulations on your first gold medal, Andri Ragettli.
A childhood dream actualized. 21-year-old Andri Ragettli having the best day of his contest life. Just got better each and every run, Tom.
Already on the Instagram, he is the most followed free skier in the field out there today. So obviously want to get one up on the story for the followers, but great day. I mean, a lot to talk about. Andri taking the top spot, but I mean, even somebody like Jesper in 4th with that creative run. Here's Fabian, who absolutely went nuts on the jumps all day. Switch 1440, triple corks in both directions, just going huge. Alex Hall starting off with a few bobbles and then just tightening it up and going Buick grab on that huge switch hit, stomping the landing. But I mean, Andri could not be stopped. 4 runs, 4 different runs, and just going huge, putting the triples together.
Congratulations to Andri Ragettli. For Tom Wallish, I'm Brandon Graham saying thanks so much for watching X Games Norway.